Alright, what's up guys? Merciless Vaughn here, back with another video, and in this video we are going to be taking a look at my stamina NightBlade DPS build. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and like the build. If you do, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel or you've been here for a while, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know when I upload again, all you gotta do is just turn on the notification bell. And without wasting any more time, let's just go ahead and get started. First things first, we're going to take a look at the attribute points. I have all 64 points in the Magicka. I have 1726 stamina recovery, 3683 weapon damage, 43.7% weapon critical, and my physical penetration is 5109. And I also have 14,000 Magicka, 19,000 max health, and 30,000 stamina. There are the advanced stats if any of you guys care about that. And the mana stone I am using is the Shadow. Alright, as for the skills, starting with the front bar, I have Killer's Blade, which is basically your execute ability for the NightBlade. It deals disease damage and deals 300% more damage to enemies below 25% health. So yeah, basically this is your execute for when enemies are below 25% health. It'll do a crazy amount of damage. And since I am using a two-handed weapon, I have Brawlers. Brawlers is really good. It deals physical damage and it swings around. And you also gain a damage shield that absorbs a decent amount of damage for 6 seconds. And every time you hit an enemy with this ability, you also get the damage shield also increases by 50% of the 300%. So that's cool. Surprise attack, which is our main spammable. It just deals a slash attack, dealing physical damage and applying the Sunder status effect. And also it causes the enemy to go off balance if you hit them with this surprise attack while flanking them. Flanking is basically from the side or from their back. Here I have Rally, which just gives me major brutality, increasing my weapon damage by 20%, and also gain minor endurance, increasing my stamina recovery by 15% for 20 seconds. And it also heals for a decent amount when the rally ends, which is also really cool. And here I have Relentless Focus. Basically, this is an ability to where you activate it. You have to do light or heavy attacks in order to get this bow that you'll shoot out to deal disease damage. As you can see, yeah, hitting an enemy with 5 lights or 5 heavy attacks converts it into Assassin's Scourge. Fire Spectral Bro, dealing a lot of disease damage and heals you for 33% of the damage if you're within melee range. So yeah, that's pretty much that ability. It lasts for 54 seconds, so yeah, you can get an insane amount of damage off with this ability, and the crits will hit really hard. Here I have Flawless Dawnbreaker. This isn't the ultimate you'll really use. You can use it if you want. This is just here because of the Fighters Guild passive that I have. And just go ahead and take a quick look at the passive. Yeah, Slayer, increase your weapon damage by 3% for each Fighters Guild ability slotted. And right now I have a 3% bonus since I have the Flawless Dawnbreaker as the ultimate. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the back bar, and I have Endless Hail. I have this because I am using the Maelstrom Perfected Bow. It deals physical damage in an area every 1 second for 12 seconds after a 2-second delay. So yeah. Razor Caltrops, you get this from doing PvP or Battlegrounds. I'm not really a PvP player, so I just did the daily Battlegrounds. And that's basically how I got my assault to level 6. And Razor Caltrops, this also reduces their movement speed by 50% when enemies are inside and reduces their physical and spell resistance. by a lot. Well, that's why that's there. Mirage, basically we just surround ourselves with not really a shield, but just it helps reduce our damage from area attacks by 20% and increases our physical and spell resistance for 26 seconds. And Leeching Strikes, this is where most of our sustain comes from, really. You just activate this and our light and heavy attacks also heal us and restore 106 stamina for 20 seconds. If you do heavy attacks, it restores twice the value. And you get more stamina when the effect ends based on the amount of time this ability was active. So you really want to use this ability when it ends to get the most stamina back as possible. And here I have Resolving Vigor, which is just for our healing. You can use the other morph if you want. I've never used it, so I really don't know what it does, but I just like to use this. And Incapacitating Strikes. This is the ultimate you'll use. It deals disease damage and causes them to take 20% more damage from your attacks for 6 seconds. And also, if you really want to, you can slot this on your front bar, because while slotted, you also restore magic and stamina when you deal damage with light or heavy attacks to an enemy with a negative status effect active on them. So yeah, if you really don't want the 3% weapon damage, you can just go ahead, throw that on the front bar. And you can just put whatever else on the back bar if you want. It's really up to you. And that's pretty much it for the skills. And alright, as for the gear, I'm going to be using 5-piece Briarhearts and 5-piece Togsven, or Togsven, however you pronounce it really. I also have the 1-piece Slime Craw for the crit. And I also have Briarheart on the shoulders, because I am using Ring of the Pale Order. And Briarheart is also on jewelry and weapon, with the Maelstrom Perfected Bow. It doesn't have to be perfected. If you can just do regular Maelstrom Arena, that will work as well. The only thing you're missing out on is just the weapon critical. So yeah, the Briarheart Greatsword, really whatever two-handed weapon you can use, whatever you want. I'm just using the Greatsword. Really, I also have these poison potions that I've been stacking over time. So yeah. And as for the gear, I know this is light, but if you want, I just switch this out between my Magicka characters and Stamina characters. So you will want this to be medium with a Stamina enchant, yeah. Slime Crawl gives us a decent amount of crit chance, so that's always good. Togsven, I have max stamina enchants and divines on all the pieces. And Togsven gives us weapon critical for the 2-3 pieces. 4 pieces, which gives us physical penetration, a lot of physical penetration, which is good. And the 5 piece, when you deal critical damage, you gain a stack of precision, increasing your weapon damage for a decent amount for 5 seconds, up to 10 stacks. When the stacks are maxed out, you gain minor force, increasing your critical damage by 10%. This effect can occur every half a second. So that's what the Togsven set does. And the Briarheart set, switch to the front bar. And then Briarheart gives us weapon critical for 2 pieces, 3 pieces maximum stamina, 4 pieces more weapon critical, and the 5 pieces, when you deal critical damage, you increase your weapon damage by a decent amount for 10 seconds. While this effect is active, your critical strikes heal you. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds, and the heal scales off the higher of your max magicka or stamina. So since this is a stamina build, I'm just going to go off of our max stamina. And then for the jewelry, Briarheart, like I said earlier, weapon damage enchants, bloodthirsty, and you will want the jewelry to be the highest rarity as possible, which is purple. If you can get it there. I'm still working on getting it purple, so if you can get it purple, then you will want to do that. And Ring of the Pale Order. Restores 20% of the damage you deal as health. And that's pretty much it for the gear. If you don't want to use two-handed, you can just switch it out for Briarheart dual wield weapons, but I don't have any of those, so I just use these. The Veilstrom Perfected Axe and Mace. And with these two, well, having these two together gives us weapon critical, and the hidden blade deals up to 250% more damage to targets under 100% health when you are standing behind them. Restore some stamina if the target was below 50% health. So yeah, you get these from Veilstrom Hollows. If you can't get the perfected ones, you can just run the normal ones, that's fine too. Still using the poison on this. And then in order to get the effects from Briarheart, you will just have to put a Briar helmet on. And you would also have to take off Ring of the Pale Order and put that. And you can also do this if you don't have Ring of the Pale Order. But if you really want to use Ring of the Pale Order, even if you want to use dual wield, you would just grab some Briarheart dual wields and throw those on except for these. Alright, and so here are the skills for the dual wield loadout. The only thing you're really changing out is Rally for Hidden Blade using the Shrouded Dagger's morph, and Quick Cloak for Brawler. Quick Cloak gives you major evasion for 11 seconds, reducing your damage from area attacks by 20%, and you gain minor expedition, increasing your movement speed by 30% for 4 seconds. And also deals AoE damage to all enemies within 5 meters of you. At the time of making this video, I have 933 champion points, and really, champion points are just personal preference, except for like maybe a few must-haves. And the must-haves that I say you would need for the green tree are Rationer, which increases the duration of any food or drink to increase your character stats per stage, and Steadfast Enchant. But if you use poison, you really wouldn't want Steadfast Enchant, so yeah. It's just that whenever I run out of poisons, I'll just have this active. So yeah, everything else is just personal preference, really. This is just what I have right now. And as for the blue tree, I have 20 in the precision, 50 in the fighting finesse, 50 in the backstabber, 50 in the deadly aim, 50 in the master arms. If I go into the elbow, I have 20 in the piercing. Wrong side. I have 21 points in the battle mastery. This is the one I plan on working on next, so I can get this maxed out. And then I have 30 into mighty. So yeah, that's it for the blue tree, really. And for the red tree, really this is also personal preference, but must-haves that I would say that you try to get is rejuvenation, ironclad, balanced fertility. You come down here to tumbling, you can put the minimum in there, just max that out. Put the minimum in here, max out hero's vigor, and then put 50 in the bloody renewal. And after you get that, that's just pretty much it, really. And then you can put points into whatever else you want. This is just my personal preference for the rest of my points. So yeah, you might have more champion points than me, so you can customize however you see fit. If you have less than me, then I know you're kind of restricted into what to get. But so yeah, if you have less, just work on getting precision, fighting finesse, and then backstabber, and then just work your way up here. And then for the red tree, you can just probably work on this first, move on to that, and then that. Minimum into here, into there, minimum into here, then start maxing that out, come back to here and finish that. And for the green tree, just put the minimum in here, there, max that out if you want, if you plan on using your weapon enchants. If not, you really don't have to max it out, just do the minimum and then just use poisons and then max that out. And that's pretty much it for the build. Alright, so as for the food that I use with this build, I don't have the recipe for this, but this is the food that I use. It increases your max stamina by almost 5,000 and gives you stamina recovery for almost 500, and it lasts for 2.5 hours. So yeah, you can get this from the guild trader. I don't have the recipe, so I just buy it. But if you have the recipe, you can just go ahead and make this if you want. I don't know a lot about stamina DPS food, so like this is just what I found. So yeah, if there's other food that works, I'm pretty sure there's a gold version of the Clockwork Citrus for stamina users, but I don't know what that is and I don't have it, so yeah. I did forget one thing. I am a Khajiit, because I know race is somewhat kind of important when making a character, so, and I also forgot to add this in my other videos. But yeah, in my previous videos that were all Magicka, I was a high elf, but for this stamina build, I am a Khajiit. And so these are just the passives for the Khajiit. And I also am a vampire, not that it really matters too much. I do plan on making this guy a Magicka NightBlade. That's why I'm doing this video, and I just wanted to try some stuff for the vampire skills. So yeah. Alright, and as for the potions that you can use, you will want to use the Weapon of Essence Power. Just like the Magicka, it's just with stamina, and how you make these is with this plant, come all the way down here, and with this plant. There, Essence of Weapon Power. You gain Measure Brutality, increasing your weapon damage. Measure Savagery, increases your weapon critical. And you restore stamina and gain Measure Endurance, which increases your stamina recovery. If you don't really want to use the Essence of Weapon Power potions, and if you're going to be using the Rally with two-handed, that gives you weapon power already, or the Hidden Blade with dual wield that gives you weapon power already, then you can just go with the Essence of Weapon Critical, which is you use the Tears and come down here, Dragonthorn. I think it's with the Mountain Flower and Wormwood. Essence of Weapon Critical. Use your Measure Savagery, increases your weapon critical. Measure Endurance, restore stamina, and you get stamina recovery. And this is another one of the potions you can use if you are going to use Hidden Blade or Rally. So here we are at the not so random world boss. I'm going to show the dual wield and two-handed rotation here. So if you want to use either or of them, I can just show you the rotation for both, and you can pick and choose which one you want. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this build video. If you did, please be sure to give the video a like. If you're new to the channel or you've been here for a while, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know when I upload again, all you gotta do is just turn on the notification bell icon. And if I forgot anything, please let me know in the comment section down below. And as usual, until next time.